Happy weekend, collectors. Anything poking through, it is 100+ degrees in Los Angeles, in Beverly Hills today. Generally, our temperatures get about as high as 85. So I know some of you are used to that. We here are not used to that, and my AC is working very hard to be at just below 90 degrees inside. So, breathing as much as possible. Today we have a mail day from Nick Schultz, who is the creator of, I believe he calls it the Grademaster card centering tool. So let's open this up and see what it's all about. Let's see what's inside. All right, so here we have centering tool directions. Decide which part of card to measure for worst centering, top, bottom, or left, right. If one or the other is an obvious, measure both and use the worst one of the two. Reference numbers on the table provided to get approximate centering. Left and right edges of the printed image on the card lines up most closely under lines 3 and 2. All right, so some instructions here and then a centering percentages chart. And here is the tool itself. I might need to get a piece of paper behind that to really see. There we go. Solid lines equals odd numbers, dashed lines equals even numbers. All right, so I have two BGS graded cards here, and I don't know, let's actually leave this here for a little bit of reference that shows up. I don't know if BGS uses a similar system for grading, or if they eyeball, or if they measure, or what, but I'm very excited to see. So first off, I have that is what I would do. My newest acquisition, my hottest mail day, it is a Kris Bryant 2014 Bowman Chrome Prospect Autos, and you'll notice the centering on this BGS 9.5 is 10. It's actually really rare for this card, well, relatively rare for this card. I ran through the pop report one by one, and of the roughly 1,300 that have been graded, only 133 have gotten a 10 on centering. So even though there's a lot of 9.5s and a lot of 10s, there's only 133 with 10 centering. So I have that. I also have the one that I got as a gift from my good friend Mike in Vegas, and you'll notice that that one is quad 9.5s, so we'll be able to compare the centering tool, how well it works. And the other thing that I like about it is that it's big, so we can sort of we can lay it over that. But I am, just for visibility's sake, going to take this out of this, and let's see if we can do this in a way that is sort of visible to the camera. So you want to line up the edges of the card like this. And it's probably going to be kind of hard to do on a graded card, on a card that's already graded. Might need to pull out a raw one. That said, if we look at this, the Bowman at least, when I see the centering, so I like this year's Bowman 2014 because, see, there's something to measure against here at the top. Well, for me, that centering is equidistant left to right on this 10. See how it lines up with the, I believe it's the 3 line there, but it lines up, so that means that it is centered. Now, top to bottom is maybe a little tougher to tell. Well, no, because, again, so this line on the bottom here, and then the top of that crest also line up on the 3 line. So I think one of the challenges is that you have to find relevant points to measure. Relevant points for your measuring. But let's just, by contrast, without adding in the backs, because that's just a challenge on this graded card, let's look at the 9.5 centering And I feel like I can already tell that it's just a little bit outside that 3 line on the left-right cross. Just a little bit outside the 3 line. On the left, which means it's a little inside the 3 line on the right. And the base, so as I'm looking at it, it's really minuscule, but I'm just getting the slightest little white line in between that line where I wasn't on the other. But again, these are both a little tough because of the fact that they are in a case. So let's grab a non-encased Bowman. So here's one that I'm about to send in for grading. A Pete Alonso Bowman Chrome. And I don't want to touch this with my bare hands. I'm even a little wary of doing it. So I'm going to do this down here on the page. It's not going to be as clear for you. I apologize. But let me see if I can find a relative centering. All right, so using the few corners, the corner that I can see here, it does line up again with that 3, both top to bottom and left to right. Oh, but then I'm also not fully on the card. Okay, so now that I'm fully on the card, or exactly on the card, is the card edges supposed to be inside? No, there we go. Yeah, it looks like the top to bottom, if that 3 line is the same on this card as it was on the previous card, the top to bottom centering might be about as off as that 9.5. So this is card number 35 out of 150. So when that comes back from BGS grading, we can look that over and figure that out, if that is the case. Now I actually have 2 of these cards that I'm sending in, so I want to do this on a second one just for slight comparison. This is card number 72 of 150. And now this one, I'm also getting the same, just a little bit, just the slightest glimmer of that green above the 3 line. And actually, let me look at the green left to right here that we have going on. So it's harder because on this particular type, the blue wave in this year, that line sort of bleeds in just a little. But it looks like the left to right on that line is again on the 3 line. No, and on the 3 line, because there's a silver edge here and silver edge there. So the left to right on the front looks pretty darn good. 72 might be a little better. Let me just try one more time with this and see if I can see along that 3 line. Similar construction. Yeah, the 3 looks pretty good on there too. So we'll see if these come back 9.5 or 10. So that's a quick preview of the Grademaster card centering tool from Back Products. So that was our look at the, oh, you can't even see it, at the Grademaster from BAK Products, Back Products. Those are available on eBay at the link in the description for the video. Make sure you click subscribe and pay attention for future videos. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/watchthebreaks, as well as instagram.com/watchthebreaks. And leave a comment below. Would you consider using a card centering tool? How important is centering to you? Do you grade, or would you like to use this even on cards you don't grade, just to get a feel for the exactness of the card, or do you prefer the eye test? Leave a comment. Let us know how we can reach out to you as well. If you're on other social media, follow us, shoot us a tweet, post on Instagram, and let us know that you're following and engaging. This is Ivan. Keep collecting.